Sometimes when we walk at dawn, there is a moment when the wind seems whisper something we don't know how to translate. It's as if life breathes behind us, silent, inviting us to release the weight we carry in our chests. In this interval, almost invisible between light and shadow, we realize that perhaps we are not alone in crossing. Perhaps there is a larger movement, gentle and patient, trying to guide our steps to a place where we can finally rest and win. Imagine for a moment a river rising between the stones. He does not argue his way. It does not require the mountains to open. It does not force the speed of its waters. He just follow, and yet it reaches the sea. There is a quiet strength in this, the victory that happens when we stop controlling everything and start trusting what flows. But we humans so often try to command life as if it were a broken gear. We resist the unpredictable. We fear the unknown. We grasp each plan as if it were our last chance. And so we move away from the natural rhythm who always tried to guide us. The ritual we are going to live today is not a set of rules. It's an experience, a return, a gentle surrender to the invisible movement that sustains everything. The same movement that makes the wind open space between the leaves, which makes the water find its way even between the densest stones. And if you feel like there is something bigger trying to speak to you in the silences of life, if you suspect there is a delicate force guiding your days, this video is for you. Take a deep breath. Allow your heart to become a peaceful mirror. Today, we will begin the Shinto ritual to let life lead you to victory, not by force, but for harmony. Because sometimes the path does not reveal itself to those who struggle, but for those who listen. If this journey touches something inside you, let your heart follow each step. There is a moment in which everything around us seems to slow down. It's not time that changes, but our look. That's when we realize that even without our constant effort, life continues to create paths. A falling leaf finds the ground without asking permission. One bird lands on the right branch without measuring distances. The light of dawn touches the earth exact time without ever missing a beat. It is in this simple movement, and at the same time sacred, that we learn the first principle of surrender. Life knows what it does. Observe a bamboo during the wind. He bows, surrenders, follows. The breath of air. No fight against the force that you cannot contain. Accept the movement, and by accepting, it remains entire. True strength lies not in rigidity, but in the flexibility that allows us to exist without break. When we stop resisting what life insists on showing us, we discover that we can also stand, not despite the changes, but alongside them. Human beings, however, grow up believing that control is survival. We want answers ahead of time, routes without curves, guarantees, where there is only mystery. We try to push the future with our own hands as if the natural course needed our anxiety to function. And in this insistence, we forget that existence moves by itself. Just as the moon does not need our order to rise, neither do our paths. They don't ask for our anxieties to open up. Everything starts to change when we stop squeezing the world between fingers and let him breathe. When we exchange fear for trust, even if it seems risky at first. Surrender is not passivity, it is wisdom. It is realizing that there is a destiny flowing in favor of those who are willing to walk without carrying the useless weight of control. Letting life lead you is not abandoning your dreams, but emptying the excess that impedes your dreams. Dreams of finding space. It's like cleaning an inner sanctuary. Each gesture of detachment opens a gap for something new to enter. The victory that comes from this has no sound, no hurry. There is no violence. It arrives like the light that slips through the clouds after the rain. Inevitable, delicate, silent. And if this idea touches something inside you, it's because a part of you already knows. There is a flow waiting to guide you. Feel this movement. He's closer than he seems. There are moments when the soul seems too burdened, as if a silent fog is taking over, accumulated inside the chest. It's not sadness. It's not fear. It's just excess. Excess of thoughts, expectations, attempts to control what was never in our hands. And it is precisely at this point that the ritual of inner purification begins, in the recognition that we are heavy, when in fact we were made to flow. Imagine a bowl of pure water. When something disturbs it, It ripples. When something invades you, cloudy. But if we let it rest, slowly everything goes back to the bottom, and the surface recovers. It's clarity. This is our spirit. Purification does not happen when we force calm, but when we create space for it to return on its own. In the silence, and listen to your breath like someone listening to an ancient river. Each inspiration is an invitation to make way for what is light. Each exhalation, a discreet gesture of letting break what has already fulfilled its role. When we breathe like this, we are not just filling the body with air. We are opening internal doors for life to enter and adjust that needs to be adjusted. There is immense beauty in the act of letting go. It's as if we said to the universe, I trust. And by trusting, something inside us rearranges itself. The heart loses its rigidity. The mind loses your rush. The spirit finds its axis again. It is in this state that ritual flourishes. Water has always been a symbol of purification because it knows the secret that we have forgotten. It does not fight. It just touches, crosses, dissolves, leads. In today's ritual, let this memory ancestor awaken in you. Visualize a gentle current passing through you, washing away every accumulated tension, illuminating every dark corner, allowing what was stuck move again. And if, as you listen to these words, you feel a lightness welling up, even if small, that's a sign. If this feeling resonates with you, it is because something inside has already awakened. Inner purification does not require haste. It requires presence. When you become still, the world also calms down. When you cleanse yourself from the inside, everything around you begins to respond differently, as if life recognized your new vibration and opened paths that previously seemed closed. In the end, ritual is not about removing what is heavy. It's about remembering who you are when nothing pulls you down. There are days when the path seems firm beneath our feet, and there are others when everything seems made of mist. It is on these hazy days that we learn the value of guided walks by the winds, not those that blow leaves, but those that blow destinies. Winds that they are not seen, but they move us. Winds that don't push but invite. Winds that they change direction and yet they never get confused. When we look at the great trees that grow alone in the mountains, we realize that none of them chose exactly where to plant their roots. The wind brought seeds. The rain made space on the ground. The light appeared at the right time. The tree, she simply accepted the place where life called her to exist. This also happens with us. Sometimes we are taken to lands we didn't plan, to encounters we seek, to crossroads we do not want. And yet each detour carries a hidden intention. Destiny is not a straight line. It is a field of continually changing breezes. Some soft, others strong, others almost imperceptible. And when we try to force them to blow according to our desires, we end up getting tired. But when we adjust our steps to walk alongside them, we discovered a fluidity that seemed impossible. Walking with destiny is not passivity, it is alignment. It's listening to what life whispers in small coincidences, in unexpected encounters, in doors that open silently. It's realizing that even when something seems to get out of control, often it is just aligning itself with a course greater than we understand. Imagine a small boat sailing under the afternoon sky. If the sailor fights the wind, loses strength and direction. But if you open the sail at the right time, with the right tilt, the wind will do the work for him. This is how destiny works. It does not require us to be strong, but let us be attentive. There are winds that arrive to change everything. There are winds arriving to confirm. There are winds who arrive to clean up what was stagnant. And all of them, even the most difficult ones, carry seeds of victory. Not the victory that is achieved by blind effort, but that which it is born from the encounter between our path and the wisdom of life. When you feel that something inside asks you to go in another direction, even if fear try to stop it, this is the wind touching your soul. When an obstacle insists on remaining and you realize that pushing doesn't solve it, this is the wind saying, wait. And when suddenly everything becomes light, as if the world were breathing beside you, that's the wind that says, now. Walking with the winds of destiny is allowing life to lead us as far as our strength human being could not achieve alone. It's trusting that there is a path where victory is not conquered, is revealed. There are those who think that victory is reaching the top, surpassing everyone, conquering everything. But when we observe the silent rhythm of nature, we realize that nothing in it wins by comparison, wins by harmony. One mountain does not defeat another to exist. A river you don't need to prove your worth to reach the sea. The victory of life happens when each thing aligns with your own inner flow. So it is with us too. Many of the battles we fight are not against the world, but against ourselves. We fight against time, against fear, against expectations that we never had the chance to choose. And in the meantime, the real victory, the one that flourishes when we are at peace with the that we are, remains waiting for us as a peaceful light at the bottom of the forest. Harmony does not require strength, requires presence. It is born when we stop judging ourselves by someone else's rhythm, and we begin to hear the soft beat of our own path. It's in this moment we realize the victory we seek is not in the future. It is in the adjustment silent between what we feel and what we experience. Consider water again. She doesn't force her destiny, but she doesn't abandon him either. She just follows. And in doing so, it shapes the world. It creates valleys, transforms stones, feeds land. The force of the water is gentle but constant, and this is how spiritual victory manifests itself. No as explosion, but as continuity. When we find harmony, life begins to conspire in our favor. What before it seemed difficult becomes light. What seemed distant begins to get closer. Not because the world changed suddenly, but because we stopped resisting. What was misaligned within us, it finds its place. And in that place, victory is born. Not as a prize, but as a state. We often believe that winning means reaching the end of something. But what if the true victory is walking the entire journey? And if winning means keeping your soul clear even when the world around is cloudy? And if victory is simply be so aligned with what is true within us that nothing external can get us on balance? There is immense beauty in realizing that victory does not depend on grandiose achievements. It happens when life can finally pass through us without finding resistance. When the breeze touches our spirit and we no longer fear movement. When we accept that we are part of something bigger and let this bigger lead us. In the silence of the night, when we close our eyes and feel that everything is exactly where it should be, even if the world out there is still full of imperfections, that is victory. Victory as a state of harmony does not end, it deepens. Every breath that we give in peace is a portal that opens to another way of living, lighter, clearer, more true. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself in front of a small, sacred space. Nothing grand, nothing full of symbols, just a silent place where the light touches the floor gently. This is where the ritual of conscious surrender begins, not as a ceremony external, but as a return to the most intimate center of your being. First, find a posture that doesn't strain your body. The spine is erect, but without rigidity. Chest open, but without effort. Allow your body to become like a branch that rests on water, firm enough not to sink, light enough not to struggle against the current. Now place a small container of water in front of you, real or imaginary. Observe its motionless surface. Water is the oldest guardian of the wisdom of surrender. She welcomes, shapes, leads, purifies. And as you look at it, allow your heart to become similar, a calm mirror, capable of reflecting everything without losing its own clarity. Inhale slowly. Feel the air come in as if it were light. Exhale slowly. Feel what was stuck begin to dissolve. Each cycle of breathing is a gesture of purification, a silent invitation for thee that is old, find your way out. Now, bring your hands to chest height, as if holding something precious and invisible. Imagine that there rest all the weights you carried, expectations, fears, responsibilities that do not belong to him, attempts to control what was beyond his control range. Hold all of this for a moment. Feel its shape, its weight, its texture emotional. Then slightly tilt your hands forward, as if releasing a bird that has already it no longer fits in the cage. Visualize these weights falling into the water in front of you. When touching the surface, they crumble, break, dissolve, become part of something larger, the water. He doesn't judge, he doesn't question, he doesn't return what he received. It just transforms. At that moment, take a break. Feel the space that has opened up inside you. There where before there was tension, Now there is air. Where there was noise, there is silence. Where there was fear, there is room for let destiny whisper. Now, place your hand over your heart. Feel the rhythm that never stopped pulsing for you, even when you forgot to listen to it. Allow this rhythm to guide your breathing. Allow your breath to guide your thoughts. Allow your thoughts to bow to life. Because the ritual of conscious surrender is this: an invitation to let life do its part. A gentle portal where the human meets the invisible. A silent gesture that says, I trust the path. And when you trust, life responds. When silence finally settles within us, we realize something that has always been there, but which only now becomes audible. A soft, almost ancestral murmur guiding our steps inside. It is not a voice that imposes itself. It's a presence, a breeze that moves between what we were and what that we can still be. It's in this place, where life touches our effortless essence, that we understand the meaning of true victory. Victory is not the end of a journey. It is the state in which we walk without hurting ourselves anymore with the weight of the control. It is the lightness that comes when we stop fighting, the flow when we started walking with him. It's the moment when we feel that the world is not against us. He's just waiting for us to give in to his rhythm. Breathe again. Feel how the air enters without asking permission, and how it leaves without resistance. It doesn't force anything, but it does its job perfectly. That's life when we let it act. It finds space, opens paths, removes what weighs down, brings that nourishes. Everything at the right time. Throughout this ritual, you purified, surrendered, listened, silenced, and now you find yourself in front of an invisible portal, the one that separates who you were from who you are becoming. No, it is necessary to cross it in a hurry. Just one light step, taken at the moment your heart says, now. If this path resonates within you, if something calmed down, brightened up, or simply moved, sign up and continue walking with us along the path of the soul. Direct final CTA. Because the journey doesn't end here, it just changes shape. And as you go, carry this question with you, not to answer, but to let that echoes in the deepest corners of your spirit. What if what we call destiny is just the whisper of the kami who give us, have they been with you since birth?